Hi everyone, welcome to today's live Friday. I'm just going to check my mic actually. Is it okay, Sam?
Yep, I can hear you nice and clear.
Awesome, because last time I realized when I was talking about the tech, making sure that it's all like set up and all going before you go on a call, and then I realized that my mic wasn't actually switched over. So today, sorry about that, everyone who was trying to hear what I was saying last time. Should be all good this time. So we have
it just goes to show it's real life, man.
Yeah. So we have two questions today, one from Christopher and one from Joe. So we'll tag you in to this so that you can see this later, or you might be watching live. So the first one from Christopher, he talks about data entry. So how to get a job, or how to get a client for this kind of job. So that kind of data entry type work, how to get that first client. And Sam, you'll agree that getting your first client is always the hardest. And then once you get the first one, you get a bit of momentum. So yeah, what would be your advice for Christopher for getting that job?
Oh, goodness. Well, I mean, let's be honest, it isn't the most sexiest of services to offer. So it is, I think, one of the harder ones to kind of sell yourself with. A lot of us have other services that we can, on our social media platforms, we can provide value to people that are coming to check us out. Probably a little bit harder to do with data entry, but you can still do it. It absolutely is possible. So I think our number one tip would be make sure that you're on LinkedIn and you have got a top-notch profile. So look really carefully at the image of yourself that's on there. Make sure that the lighting's good. Make sure that it's as professional as possible. You're probably taking it yourself or getting a friend or family member to do that for you, and that's fine, but just really think about making it look professional and people can see you. Nothing worse than bad lighting, am I right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it just builds that trust, that first part of the trust, by having a really great photo where people can clearly see your eyes and clearly see your faces. Yeah, absolutely. And then I would say too that when you're writing your summary and, putting in your experience, like really spend time on that to make it complete, really full, detailed, and make sure that you put in your experience, your previous roles, what you did, your responsibilities, your achievements, like really make it as full as what you would put in your CV. And then the summary, like even more text than you would put in a CV, a standard CV. So yeah, really going into detail about, your service, why people should choose you, what the benefit is to people, everything that you can, make it nice and full so that people can really get a feel for you. And Sam is really, her advice is awesome, where she tells people to like really have your authentic personality come through so that you stand out from other people. And make sure that if you write it, get someone else to proof it, because you don't want any spelling mistakes. You want your grammar in English to be really good, or whatever language you're wanting to write it in. So just make it really, really good. And then the next step is and it sort of leads into Joe's question as well. So Joe's question is about, she's just starting out. How does she get testimonials or proof? How does she build her credibility when she hasn't got any clients yet? She's just starting. And what does she do to build that trust? Because she doesn't want to come across like she's a scammer or anything like that, because that can go both ways. It's clients that are scammers and there's VAs that will be scammers. So yeah, you got to try and make yourself look as professional as possible. For Christopher, it could be that it's like you need to build relationships and show your value and your skills and what you could bring to someone. But building direct relationships with people is the best way to bring on new clients. Yes, you could go on like Freelancer, Upwork, Guru, except you're going to be paying fees for that, and it's really hard to break through to get that first client, and there's risks involved with that. But you could try that. You got to make sure that it's a long-term strategy when you're on those sites as well. But yeah, building relationships. Sam and I, it's all about reaching out directly to people, and not in a salesy way, but like hey, let's build a relationship way. to get a name for yourself.
And you can absolutely do that on LinkedIn. It's a great platform for doing that. It's super professional. People are more and more engaged on there than ever before. It's not like it used to be. I think a lot of people think to LinkedIn many years ago, and it was just seemed really stuffy and kind of like didn't flow very well, and there was no engagement. That's all changed now. So I think it's still an underused platform, and there's so much potential there. And when we say have a great profile and stuff, you also need to be posting on there. So it would be really good post testimonials. So I don't know if you've got any work under your belt yet, Christopher, but if you have, ask those people for some testimonials, grab some snippets from those longer testimonials and post those up on your LinkedIn. It's all about social proof. I mean, if you haven't had any clients yet, and this kind of leads into Joe's question, not our Joe, the Joe that's posted the question, it's think about doing some pro bono work in return for a really good testimonial. I know when I first started out, I obviously didn't have any testimonials either. So I actually reached out to my Lastpass employer and said, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm, starting this new business. Would you mind just providing me a couple of little testimonials that I can use on my social media platform and my website when I'm at that point? So at least I had something. So people knew that I was legit. They knew that I had those core skills that I was bringing to my virtual assistant business. And then it just goes from there.
Yeah, absolutely. And so when you create your LinkedIn profile too, for both Christopher and Joe, if you don't have testimonials from clients, then what you can do is build your connections up on LinkedIn and then ask past employers, previous colleagues, like people that you know, that you have worked alongside or worked for. Those people can give you recommendations on your LinkedIn profile. So down in your recommendations section, you're requesting them via LinkedIn, and those can then be the start of building your credibility on your LinkedIn profile. And so you're using your LinkedIn profile essentially as your first website. This is me. This is like people who also agree that I'm good at what I do. Build it with credibility and recommendations from people you've worked for in the past. Cool. Anything else you want to add to that, Sam?
No, I think that's it. I think it's, we were all there. We all started at that point where we didn't have the social proof. We didn't have the testimonials. But there's ways around it. And I think it's about making that really good first impression simply, which is why we recommend LinkedIn as the first place to go, because it's not going to cost you anything. But if you put some real care and love and attention into your profile, and then building relationships and showing up and providing value through that platform, you can go places with it. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I think keep the 80-20 rule in mind. So you're not just posting like, hey, I need work. Who wants work? This is me. Like, I want clients. Do that 20% of the time, but 80% of the time, give people value, showcase what you know, your knowledge, and just give. And then you can put in your, hey, I'm looking for my next client, something like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. So this is actually the topic that we're talking about over in the Members Club this month. So this is all about building your credibility, and so we have a whole bunch of new content coming up in the Members Club, and we've actually done a huge restructure of how we are putting forward our library for the Members Club. And so what we've done, which is super exciting, is now when new members come on, they will immediately be able to see the stages that we've outlined for someone on their VA journey. And then inside each of those stages, there are 6 or 7 steps to undertake so that you can progress to the next stage. And so, it's really easy for someone to jump into the Members Club and know, right, what are my very next steps to continue my journey? And sometimes that's actually the hardest part, isn't it, Sam? Like, what do I do next? Because there's so many things to focus on. But just narrowing that down to the next thing I need to do. We've made it so easy in the Members Club for anyone, no matter where you are on your VA journey, whether you're just starting out. We go right back from the very first step you need to take, right through to someone who has a business already, and they have maybe wanting to start to grow a team or have a team and want to like to see if they can try and step out of the business and have it run without them. And, you know, build that agency, or just become a really like niched down, high profile virtual assistant in a specialist area as a freelancer. So yeah, all of those options are all covered in there. So yeah, it's exciting, isn't it, Sam?
It's so exciting. There's definitely something in there for everyone. And our goal, I mean, the library's been around for a long time. The Members Club's been around for a long time, and it's been packed full of goodness. But what we've done now is really streamlined it. So those that want to fast track their kind of from going from where they are right now, thinking about starting, or have potentially kind of stuttered a start, to becoming a successful in-demand virtual assistant, we've given you every single step along that way. So we want to make it really, really easy for you, especially in these uncertain times. You know, the world's going through some tough times at the moment. And, you know, we are really aware that there's a lot of you out there that just need to be getting clients in now. So this is the fastest way in order to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got the link down below. So check that out. We actually have a 7-day free trial still running at the moment, but we're about to take that away. So if anyone wants to jump in, now is the time. So you can check it out and have that free 7-day trial before the monthly $47 a month, which we think is super amazing value for in New Zealand dollars as well. So for anyone in the US, that's like $25 or something like that. Yeah, so check it out and have a look. We'd love to see you over in the Members Club. All right, have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Bye, guys.